So Xpeng, known for its electric vehicles, just held its 2024 AI Day event, which is basically turned into a major tech showcase. This event gave us an inside look at some mind-blowing AI-driven innovations, from humanoid robots and a next-level AI chip all the way to flying cars. So let's get into all the details. All right. So Xpeng introduced a new humanoid robot named Iron at its AI Day event in Guangzhou, China. Now Iron is an operational machine already working on Xpeng's production line. It stands at 58 or 178 centimeters and weighs about 154 pounds, 70 kilograms, 0038, making it similar in size to an average person. And it's not just there for show. Iron is actively involved in assembling Zen's upcoming electric vehicle. The P7 Plus in their factories, the robot is powered by Xing's custom-built Turing AI chip. And this chip is a serious piece of tech equipped with a 40-core processor and designed specifically for AI vehicles, robots, and even flying cars. The Turing chip can handle large AI models with up to 30 billion parameters, allowing it to reason, think, and adapt to different tasks, making Iron more like a human in terms of flexibility and decision. Making with over 60 joints and 200 degrees of freedom, Iron has a pretty impressive range of movement, giving it the agility to perform complex tasks from walking around the factory floor to picking up and handling various components. Its hands alone have 15 degrees of freedom, meaning they can move in very precise ways to grasp, hold, and place objects with a human-like finesse. Now think about it. Xing's vision goes far beyond assembling cars. They're setting 139. Their sights on deploying robots like Iron not only in factories but also in retail spaces, offices, and even homes. Iron isn't just a manufacturing assistant. It's envisioned as a robot that could integrate into everyday spaces, providing real hands-on assistance. Like an idea of entering a store or office where Iron is there to help with tasks or manage customer service. This is an ambitious goal, and Xpeng is clearly focused on extending Iron's role beyond industrial applications. And if you're wondering if Iron reminds you of something, you're spot on. There are some obvious similarities to Tesla's Optimus robot. Tesla's been working on using their own autonomous driving technology to create humanoid robots. And now Zhang is doing the same, using the tech from its EVS to build Iron. The design of Iron also raised some eyebrows. Brett Adcock, the CEO of Figure AI, actually called Zhang out, claiming they'd copied the spine and hip design of his company's robot. This is a common accusation in the tech world, and it might sound familiar if you followed Zhang before. So what's going on with Zhang and Tesla here? Well, if we zoom out, this rivalry goes beyond just robots. It's all part of Zen's strategy to leverage AI across multiple sectors, especially in electric vehicles. And now robotics. Over the past few years, Xpeng has built a reputation for adopting, and let's be honest, sometimes mimicking Western tech. We saw this happen in smartphones and EVS, where Chinese companies initially took heavy inspiration from Western designs, but then took over with large-scale manufacturing and innovation. If history's any guide, China could end up doing something similar in robotics now. Iron isn't the only new tech Xpeng showed off. They also introduced the Kunung super electric system, a next-generation powertrain. This system is built on high-voltage silicon carbide tech, which optimizes energy conversion and cuts down power loss, making Zen's EVS more efficient and extending their driving range. And here's where it gets impressive with the K-Pong system. Their 0341 EVS will have a combined range of up to 1,400 kilometers, or around 870 miles. That's a big leap in range, and something that could make EVS a lot more practical for people who do long-distance travel. In addition to that, the Kunun system can fast charge from 10% to 80% in just 12 minutes using what's called 5C charging technology. Imagine needing just 12 minutes to go from low battery to nearly full. That's something that could change the game in EVS if it catches on widely. Xpeng's focus here is on making EVS not just efficient, but fast charging, which could really help ease the range anxiety many people feel about electric cars. Xpeng's in-house Turing AI chip is another major development they highlighted. The Turing chip isn't just for robots, it's also the brain behind Xing's newest vehicles. The chip is optimized for AI-heavy applications, supporting up to 30 billion parameters. and it powers some of their most advanced tech, like the Kangai platform. This platform is essentially Xun's new neural network. For Level 4 autonomous driving, the goal is to create a robot taxi that doesn't even need a human driver, and with this chip, they're well on their way to put it into perspective. The Turing chip in these robo-taxis has a computing power of up to 3,000 tops, tera operations per second. What does that mean, basically? It's like putting the processing power of three high-performance chips into one. This tech isn't just about driving, it's also about safety. XZen's Hawkeye Pure Vision system gives the Robotaxis a 720-degree view with no blind spots, so you're looking at a pretty advanced level of autonomy here, with the car able to drive itself safely without human input in most situations. But Zhang went even further. They also showed off their flying car plans through a subsidiary called Aro Zhang AOHT, is developing both eVTOLs, electric vertical takeoff, and landing and hybrid flying cars. They showcased a modular flying car that works with a parent vehicle for recharging, and even a tilt-rotor flying vehicle that can carry 6 passengers up to 500 kilometers, about 311 miles with a top speed of 360 kilometers per hour. 224 miles per hour hybrid flying car scheduled for release in 2026 will cost around $2 million YN, or about $279,000 a price tag. That's surprisingly reasonable for something so futuristic. XPeng is already on track to integrate these flying cars into everyday transportation systems. They're planning a public flight demonstration later this month and will open pre-orders in December. So while flying cars might still sound like sci-fi to some of us, Zhang is moving full steam ahead, treating them like a natural evolution in urban mobility. Beyond flying cars and autonomous robots, Zhang has its eye on global expansion to their already present in 30 countries with 145 after-sales service centers. By next year, they plan to be in 60 countries, which shows just how aggressively they're targeting global growth. With all these developments, XPeng is positioning itself as a tech giant far beyond just an electric vehicle manufacturer. They're entering industries like robotics, AI, chip design, autonomous driving, and even 0652 aerial mobility. And what makes this so intriguing is that it's not just talk. They're actively integrating this tech into real products, as we can see with Iron already in use on the factory floor. And let's not overlook XPeng's production milestones as of October 2024. They've delivered 12,247 of vehicles, a 21% increase compared to last year, with nearly 24,000 units sold just last month. Clearly, their EV sales are on the rise. And these new age-driven advancements in robot technology, power systems, and autonomous vehicles could push their growth even further. So where does this leave us? Peng's aggressive strategy reflects China's broader focus on AI and robotics, backed by massive government investments and an established manufacturing infrastructure. With all the advancements we've seen from humanoid robots and AI chips to range-extending EVs and flying cars, XPeng is signaling that they're not content to just be players in the EV market. They're aiming to be leaders in AI-driven technology